Today, the topic I'm going to speak about is a little bit different, and it's neither about tarot nor spirituality, but it is also something related to tarot and spirituality. See, I have spoken about my enlightened states across religion, whether it is Christianity, whether it is Islam, Hinduism, Sikh religion, or the Buddhist religion. If you want to know, or if you ever wished that could we meet Buddha, or I wish I had lived in the lifetime when Buddha was or Buddha walked on this earth, you could possibly just come and meet me because I hold and I am the Buddha itself. There are people who don't pray, and there are people who have no spirituality, don't have any understanding about any spirituality, and therefore will not understand what I'm talking about. Even people who pray a lot and are going crazy or have lost their mental balance, searching God and doing as much or overdoing the whole God business and religion business, that they will never and they have never find any God. So, coming from this point where people are praying and meditating and going extremely tough on themselves, searching for divine and getting the divine visit or some kind of a divine sign, that they started to lose their minds and they have become very, very cruel and violent. So, I also, not just I am a Buddha, I am also Allah. I have explained that in my vlogs. You should read and listen to those vlogs again. And maybe if you need a clarification, I could do a part 2 on those vlogs. So, today I'm going to speak about a topic which also comes from my spiritual stature. See, I have spoken about Taliban in my other channel, on my other channel, which is Purple on Art. You should listen to those vlogs, and you will come to know what I'm talking about, having a very tough life in India and on many levels, different levels. Today I'm just going to talk about is Taliban. Because as Allah, I hold that position. I am that entity. I want to tell Taliban they have gone wrong very deeply and they have completely strayed away or gone a very different tangent from what Islam is practicing or is about. There was one report which I read in the news where Taslima Nasreen, she's on a run from Bangladesh and she's a author, and there the Muslim or Islamist extremists want to kill her. And she said if Prophet Muhammad was alive today, he would be very saddened with how cruel and wrong people have gone in Islam, because he was all about love and softness, embracing and being nice to each other. Now, coming back to Taliban and me, I'm very deeply affected with what Taliban has done to Afghanistan. And this is sometime in 2021. See, we had the first lockdown in 2020, March 2020. The second lockdown happened sometime in 2021. Again, it was in the month of March or April. It is during this time I had stopped drawing. So I draw a lot. And I do tarot art readings as well. I draw and do a tarot art also. So when in 2021, sometime in what is the April 2021, some roughly about in this time, when we were in the second wave lockdown, I draw every day and then I had stopped drawing. And it had been almost 4 5 months when I had stopped drawing. And one day I had a vision. And that vision was I saw flower which I had drawn, and it was colored in the center, and it was a very vivid vision that I had. And I recognized those flowers because I draw flowers like that, the very very basic flowers that I draw. Maybe I could show it to you someday. I tried searching it. I don't have my drawing books with me. I tried looking a lot of places just so that I could show you, but I couldn't find it, so maybe I have to just let go. I recognized those flowers, and the vision was very, very vivid. And I didn't know what it meant, but those flowers stayed with me. After maybe a week or so, I'm not drawing. I had stopped drawing. I was not drawing for those 3 4 months. I had not drawn anything. So, after a week of me getting the vision about these flowers, I got a vision of a man with a bird on a hill. When I looked at that drawing, even if today you were to look at if I draw it, so that drawing I have not drawn yet. See those flowers I had made before, but this drawing which I saw, I had not made. So maybe I will draw it sometime in coming time. And the way I draw any man or woman is more like it's quite, it's not how a real human is how I draw. It's just like with the pencil, it's like a line art that I do. I didn't know what it meant, and this was also a very, very vivid vision. When I say vivid, it means the smallest of detail will stay with you, and you will look at it very closely in the vision, and you will capture every small detail in that vision, and it's very clear. So it stayed with me for a lot of time. This artwork where a man is standing, and on his left is a bird which had a beak which was colored yellow, and I had drawn a small hill. I had no clue what this art meant, and only thing I kept saying is, how did I draw the bird so well? How did I draw the bird so nicely? And then when in the vision I had looked closely, I had seen this artwork was not on a paper, but it was more as if this artwork was bending or was folding in some way. And then, as I kept looking in the vision, I realized it is actually printed on a mug. And it did not look like a tea mug or something. It was bigger than a regular size tea mug. And it was fairly big. And I didn't know what that meant. You know, the hill that I had drawn, after some 2 years, I understood. The hill on which I had drawn the man and the bird was how I had drawn the Taliban cave in some of my drawings. Taliban, see, I'm a psychic as well as a tarot card reader. This is just my real world profession, and also I do artwork. But you know, spiritually, I literally am the God walking. For a regular person, it's almost laughable. Even when I say it, it's quite laughable. And but you know, people who are spiritual may probably get it 0.1%, and if you're not spiritual you want to laugh. And so do I, because you know when I say it, it's quite funny. And someone say, what does it mean? It just means my spiritual standing and might in the universe. That's all it means. It doesn't mean anything else. How much this universe will come down and cares, that's all it means. And it also means to realize the God within, the goodness within. So, you know, there are people who don't listen to their inner voice and will continue to be corrupt, will continue to be taking as much, are not nice. And, you know, then there are people, why should I be nice? What is the reward? The reward is your spiritual standing. Anyhow, so you know, when I say it, as I said, I myself want to laugh, but I should tell you my spiritual standing and the reason why I'm talking about this experience. So, when I am talking about this second drawing, which I got, which I saw as a vision, I saw this man, and on his left was a bird with the yellow beak, and there was a hill and a small door that I had drawn as an entrance to that hill. You know, after maybe 1 or 2 years, which is roughly about some time now, I always used to keep saying, why had I drawn that, you know, hill? You know, man and bird, I got it, but I never understood why I had drawn the hill. And then I understood it was the man and the bird on a hill, on the Taliban hill, you know, in which I had drawn as a residence of Taliban in some of my comic strips. So, as I was saying, that I'm not just a psychic and a tarot card reader, but I also am spiritually the titles that I hold. And I want to tell Taliban, your rule in Afghanistan is coming to an end. And if you want to know what is the future of Afghanistan, you will be moving under the rule of. And now I tell you who was the man on the hill from my drawing. You know, when I looked at that man on that hill with the bird, it is just a very caricaturish drawing that I make. But I was surprised. I recognized that man from his hairstyle in my drawing to the vision I had seen about the Chinese Premier Xi Jinping. So Afghanistan's future is it's going to move under the rule of China, and Taliban is going to be out. You know, if you want to know as a psychic, how do I do a lot of predictions? I got told a lot of things through a lot of mediums, and this is how I got told the future of Afghanistan. Taliban is going to be moving out, and China will become their new boss, or they will move under the rule of China. Now, somebody will say, what if Taliban doesn't agree? What if Taliban, they see one, I want to tell Taliban, I hold the spiritual stature of Allah. And if they don't give up their violent, punishing ways, I will, holding the position of Allah, kick them out of Afghanistan. I have already done a vlog where I have told Taliban to mend their ways and move or step aside and not be an administrator. And I've given the time as 6 months to Taliban. I don't know if my videos are reaching Taliban or not, and I believe they are not. Maybe they will come to know only one day before the 6 months are up. I don't know when they will come to know. But from my side, I'm just letting Taliban know that your punishing and violent ways don't qualify anything in Islam. And I'm fed up as Allah that you would use religion to punish people the way you do. So, as a psychic, I've just given you this prediction, and also I've told you what is the future of Afghanistan. How I will do it, what methodology I will use it, I don't know, but I will do it. That is what happens when you hold the spiritual stature that you hold. I hold the spiritual stature, and I'm going to fix a lot of things. And I'm going to start with Afghanistan and, you know, making Taliban. I've already told them you step away. I don't know if they watch the vlog or not. Or if they don't step away, I'm going to kick them out of the religion. Then they can keep practicing whatever religion they like. You're not wanted in Islam anymore. So, this was the second artwork which I had seen, and it had delivered a certain future to me, that how things are going to pan out. See, the reason why I'm talking about this is every day I do one drawing, and long back my inner voice had asked me very clearly, Mandeep, how much do you want to charge for your artwork? That time I used to not draw. And I remember first saying 400 USD, then saying some other figure, then saying some other figure. And then I started to, you know, just reason and level down, level up to make a perfect pricing for what I would charge if I were to draw any artwork. And the price I came down finally and fixed it at was USD 130. I said this is my final price. I wouldn't charge a penny more. And I want to do only one artwork a day. Even today, I definitely do one artwork a day. Right now, I am not doing this artwork where I draw and courier you the artwork of 130, worth 130 USD. Right now, I'm only giving you is a tarot art reading artwork. It could be any artwork I could be drawing, but I just do one a day. And this artwork will be available to you only in a digital format, which you can download it, and it cost USD 25, because I'm not giving you anything in a I'm not giving you any original artwork. So the reason for talking and telling you all this is, it's matter of time my artwork will be amazingly sought after. It's going to go very, very big. And maybe that time you will like to get yourself an artwork from me. And I don't know if you will be able to get it or not. One, I just see it queued up too long, and then there will be a certain criteria of who can get an artwork from me. So if you are in a doubt whether you should take a tarot art reading from me or not, and if you believe it's okay to pay 25 USD and take a art reading from me, then you totally should. Because I just see in few months time the rush will be too big and the queuing up will be too long, and then it'll just be a tough life where maybe some of you may have a regret that I didn't take the art reading. Anyhow, I'm not putting any pressure or anything. I'm just telling you as a psychic how things are moving forward with me. Now, I spoke about the second vision. So I had got this vision about three drawings. So I spoke about the flowers, and then I spoke about the second one. And if you want to know what I have said about Taliban, I'm going to put the vlog on where I have told Taliban it needs to step out and step away as an administrator in Afghanistan. I don't know if my video has reached them or not. I'm very clear about it. Given my spiritual standing, I will make Taliban exit from Afghanistan. And if they don't exit on their own, I will kick them out of the religion. I'm very clear on this. The third vision which I had is also something I have not drawn. And I saw me drawing the spotted deer, and I was actually very impressed. They were again the line art that I had done, and the deer had spotting on it. It's a spotted deer. If you go to any safari, any jungle safari, tiger safari, to spot a tiger, the most one thing that you will spot is the spotted deer. There are too many, they're everywhere, and they're beautiful, it's just beautiful. I've been to a lot of safaris, I've seen a lot of beautiful animals, and it just makes you so happy. So, anyways, so the third drawing which I saw in a vision was of the spotted deer, and I had on one page drawn maybe about nine or eight or nine spotted deers, and they were all in the line art, and only one spotted deer which was at the little lower of the middle half of the page, and that was the only deer which I was coloring with the black ink. So usually I draw with the black outline and I then color it with black, because I don't know when will I scale up to the color. So all these drawings were in black, drawn in black ink with the black filling. And I have had visions of me doing color and canvas, everything. So there's an whole article about it, and maybe I can put the link of that as well. But right now I just wanted to talk about these visions. So the third vision was about the spotted deer, and me drawing it and then coloring one of the spotted deers. So after these three drawing visions, which I got, you know, very quickly, one after the other. And I was amazed at the clarity and how vivid these visions were, because I remember seeing these artwork which I had made so closely and so well. I saw me drawing them, and it was just, these visions are, they can just shock you, that they can get you such a close up of you doing something. Anyhow, so the first and the second artwork were, I had seen the completed piece. Only the third piece, which was the spotted deer, which I was drawing, was when I saw me actually drawing it. So I was coloring the spotted deer black. So I just wanted to talk about this piece today, and that's about it. And you can check my vlog on Taliban, where I speak to Taliban and why I wanted them to step down or step away. And if you want to circulate this vlog, or the vlog on Taliban, then you totally should. They should hear this out, because otherwise they'll say we never came to know. Otherwise you would have stepped down, blah blah blah, and they may ask for more time. So the universe and the spirituality has its own way of dealing a hand and stepping in, and let's see how the magic will unfold. So this was my vlog today, and thank you for listening.